Excellent.
What's up, folks? Bear with us while we get this working. I'm gonna make sure all the things are still streaming. All right, I think we're back. Thank you for dealing with that. That's normally what happens in the mornings. The mic just cuts out in Wirecast. So give me a second to update the stuff. Hello, everybody in the chat room. We said your names. We promised we did. We shouted you guys out. Shafari. There we are. All right, we're ready to do the intro a second, or is it a third time? I think a third time. You ready? Let's go. Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro's Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed project featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is where we combine 3D printing and electronics. We make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody in the chat room.
Good morning to everybody hanging out. We got a bunch of people hanging out. We're on the YouTube chat. We're on Facebook, Twitch, and of course the Discord. Shout out to everybody hanging out. We got Blitz City DIY, Liz. We got Mr. Certainly. We got
Bruce.
Mattable. We got
Mattable.
Don K. We got
Hello.
DeWester. We got George. We got Patrick Hates. We got Winkins. Von D. Mare, we got Richard Southford, we got Roll Voss, we got Andy Lear, we got people hanging out in the Twitch, we got Niall Ha, we got in the Facebook chat, and on Twitch. Thank you all for
hanging out and letting us know.
We got a packed show, so let's go ahead and get through all the intros.
All right, we're going to get through this. Here we go. First off, AdaBox is happening. Unboxing tonight. Stick around. We'll share more info on that. But AdaBox happening tonight.
I think you can actually show the little preview of what that's going to be.
Yeah, let's do that. Why not?
Okay, forget about it.
No, it's here. It's here. Yeah, so what is in the AdaBox? I don't know. I can't tell you. It's a blurry mess. But we can tease a little bit, and tonight we'll do the unboxing. All right. So that's AdaBox. If you're not subscribed, please do so. You can go to adabox.com so you can get the next one. It's shipping out, this year. So we got one last AdaBox coming out this year, the holiday winter edition. Go vote if you can. Please do so. Vote. You can check out the resources on the Adafruit site, or just go to vote.org. Check on your mail ballot status or any other status that you might be waiting for. So check that out. We encourage you to do so. CircuitPython meetings happen every Monday at 2 p.m. It happened this week, Monday at 2 p.m. It happens in the Discord server live, and then it gets posted as an archive on YouTube. You can tune into that every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It happens in the CircuitPython channel on the Discord server. The link to that is adafru.it/Adafruit. So you can check that out. We have newsletters every once a week. We have a new newsletter. This is focused on products, new products that are added to the Adafruit store. So you go to adafruit.com/newsletters to subscribe to that if you're not already. If you want more content from the Adafruit on the daily, go to adafruitdaily.com. There are different categories of maker goodness that you can subscribe to. For example, we got 3D printing, maker business, Python on hardware, and more. So check those out. Those aren't tied to your account or anything, so you'll have to do those manual subscriptions. Woo, running pretty quick here. Again, we're hanging out in the Discord server. That's where we'll be chatting throughout the show, so where folks can let us know if the mic's working or not. So yeah, all the links to vote.org, there we go. Thank you, Bruce, for setting all that up. Well, this is our last week of Halloween-ish, so we needed to make a Halloween project. So we did. Are you ready,
so this
Pedro?
is a revamp of a previous project we've done before. We wanted to make a socially distanced, safe way to do trick-or-treating. Although I don't think that a lot of kids are going to be trick-or-treating this year, we still wanted to make sure that even if we did, we'd have a cool way to do that. A lot of the ways that people are doing that with the chutes, so it's like these 6 long...
PVC pipe.
6 foot long PVC
drop
pipes.
The candy down the pipe, the kid gets it on the other end. Lots of cool ways to style that and things, but what were you thinking? Yeah,
so Lamar had the idea of having like a little servo that would just open and close, so the candy would go down the chute. But we thought we'd update one of our previous projects and have a Bluetooth controlled Servo Claw. We have this sweet little prop that we picked up at Spirit Halloween. It's a little ghost, which unfortunately I think is sold out since everybody picked one of these up. It's a nice little $20 thing that goes along a rope. It's sound activated, has like audio on it. I thought it'd be perfect to attach a little Servo Claw on it. The Servo Claw in question is a revamp of a previous claw that we've done before with a drone attached to it.
Yeah, you guys might remember this from a few years ago. We wanted to pick up some garbage on our local beach, so we put together this mechanism to pick up some garbage, and off it goes. So Pedro figured, let's rework that so that it works with the new Bluefruit Circuit Playground Edition, so that you can use the Bluefruit Connect app on your phone to trigger the servo to open and close. How were you opening and closing the servo before?
So before we're using the LEDs that are on the Mavic Pro. A lot of the drones have this where you can just turn it on and off right from your control.
The legs on the light can be turned on and off.
So the LEDs is what we're going to use as the trigger for that, and the Circuit Playground Express, not the Bluefruit one, the previous one before, had a little light sensor right on it. And using a little piece of PET-G filament, we were able to use it as a light pipe.
That's right. And then with some, what is this called? The heat shrink tubing, you can mask the light tube so that no light leaks into it. And you get this really reliable way to open and close the claw. Quite a few folks built this thing, and we figured let's revisit it and rework it with the Circuit Playground Bluefruit. So that's what you've done.
Yeah, so that case was specifically geared towards the not having any of the light leak inside of it. So all the ports were closed off.
That's right.
And it was very specific in the terms of the way that you were mounting it. This one's a little bit more modular. So the only thing that's attached to it is the little servo holder. We also added things like the built-in button, so you have access to your reset and your A and B button, and of course your USB, your GSTs on there. We're using the little metal geared servo on there, and just using the Bluefruit app, you can open and close that guy. Just using that guy. Awesome code by Liz.
Yep. So Liz used the BLE library and the motor library to open and close the servo. Yeah. So with this one, we just had to tweak the degrees so that it doesn't travel too far. Otherwise, you could strip your motor. The servo itself is the metal gear servo, is that right? Mm-hmm. That way it's less likely to strip, and when you are testing, you're going to have to, adjust the positioning of the servo horn. But with anything servo, I like using the servo horn that comes with your servo. That way you're not having to rely on a print, and the resolution of the print can't be the best. So having this press fit servo horn here is like the way to do it. So if you're ever working with a servo, that's the tip that I have, like designing it. It's just integrate your servo horn, whichever size you have, integrate that into your gripper thing, into your mechanism. Yeah, you are able to print the little teeth on there, but it's a lot more easier if you just reuse the horns that are included. I bet if you have like an SLA printer, go for it. But on FDM, it's a little chunky with the resolution, so integrate that servo horn into your design is all I say. Yeah, so as we were saying before, the case can be adapted to anything else. It doesn't have to be the servo. We have just these two M2 connections that are holding that in place. Other than that, you can use this as a completely embedded case for the Circuit Playground Bluefruit. Yeah, we were thinking you could rework this to make like a candy claw machine, like where you can do sort of a claw game. That'd be pretty neat, but I'm sure folks will do what they want with it. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll hop through the Learn Guide and
let's go ahead and check out how this was all built.
All right, so head over to learn.adafruit.com. Not too many parts for this one. We got the Circuit Playground, the high torque metal geared micro servo. You got a little battery here. This is a 500 milliamp battery. That one works well. We got packs of the M3 screws and a cable, as always, for installing CircuitPython and updating your code. We got a link to all of the screw sizes and the types there, as well as the little flying ghost. Yeah, the screws are, snap fit's great, but when you are having some weight, you want to use some screws. So these screws really do secure the Circuit Playground and the servo together. So you're looking at a good sturdy build. And then the flying ghost is linked here to Spirit Halloween. That's
they might be sold out online, but they had a bunch of them in store, so you're able to make it out to the Spirit Halloweens or any of the Halloween stores. I'm sure they have them there. It's about $19, so definitely a lot easier to have this set up and going without having to recreate the motor. Hard to get a photo of this thing, huh? Yeah, you have to like clip it out in motion and everything. But hey, maybe next year we'll look at DIYing this, but having this already working and good to go it reduced so much of the build for us. So this was a really nice way to just add something to an existing prop. Is fun to do if you want like something really quick. Are we still good with the mic? Mm-hmm. I think we are. So let's keep going. The next page is circuit diagram, just a nice visual way to show you how to wire up the servo. In our actual build, we're using these connectors, the little Pico connectors. These are really small connectors. They have 3 wires, 4 wires. But we show here just connecting straight into the pads. You could do that. Anne, who was reviewing the guide, suggested using the bolt-on kit. You could do that. However, that's not going to fit our 3D printed case. So if you don't need the 3D printed case and you want a solderless way to connect a servo, you could check out the Circuit Playground bolt-on kit. And you can use screws to attach these wires if you don't want to solder. So there's still ways to do it. I figured that'd be a cool tip. But as a visual way, here's how the wiring is. You could actually solder the servo cables directly to the CPB, and then just cut a little slit where the port opening for the lid on the case is. Right. Yeah, if you don't want to use the STLs too. For sure.
All right, the next page just shows you how to install CircuitPython on your Bluefruit. I had to do this myself. I haven't installed CircuitPython on my Bluefruit boards since last year. Since then, we're now on CircuitPython 6 RC1 at the time of this recording. So check that out. Got some nice updates there. So this just walks you through installing it. Here's the code, just 3 libraries. So you want to download the CircuitPython bundle and then download these or copy these 3 libraries over to your CircuitPy drive. So you got the BLE Connect, and the Adafruit Motor library. We like using the MuPython editor. It's just a great lightweight editor to edit your code in Python. You can do that. The code is up on GitHub. Again, shout out to Liz Clark, Blitz City DIY, for putting this together. Great little demo code to show how you can control servos using the buttons in the Bluefruit app.
It always amazes me how we didn't have an example for this.
Yeah, it's something so basic, like, oh, let's just do remote controlled servo. Surely that's easy. It is with CircuitPython, so check it out. Yep. All right. So for the 3D printing, it's a nice, not too many parts. I like little builds that don't have more than a dozen parts. So there we go. There's the parts no supports, right? Or is there some supports needed for one of these?
No supports.
No supports. There you go. So you can print this on any color. We got the black and the orange for Halloween.
We have the STLs there that you can edit, the Fusion 360 files if you want to indeed use the bolt-on kit. You just have to update the height of the standoffs and add a slit to the lid, and then update the port openings for where the JST and the USB openings are for that.
Yeah, and depending on how much weight, you can always increase the thickness or the overall size of the claws. Like if you want to do something different, you can always modify that. Cool. Yeah, pretty simple, clean. All right, on to the assembly.
We're on the assembly, like we were saying before. You can either add on any connection that you have around, so it doesn't have to be any of these plugs. We just did this to simplify the build and to make the wiring a little bit more simpler, so we don't have to have such a big coil of wires around and like mess with the claw. So you can shorten those. And then inside of the 3D printed part, the servo holder has the placement there for an M3 nut, and that's what's going to hold in the larger servo claw on there. We'll insert that and then place the servo right inside of there. Place the claw right on top of the shaft, and then insert the included servo horn that ships with the servos. So I think it's like 4 of them that come with it. Pick the straight edge one that we're showing here, and there's 3 different size screws as well. I think it's the smallest, I believe it's like an M2 that secures the horn and the claw on there.
Okay.
Second one is attached right over. Just make sure that the gears or the teeth are nicely aligned. And we're using the M3 to hold that in with the nut. We're using an M2.5 millimeter screw there to attach the servo holder onto the lid. And then once that assembly is complete, you can start setting up the bottom part of the case, which has the 500 milliamp hour battery inside there. You can go smaller or bigger. I think a bigger one would be able to fit in there. It's just the height that you'd have to update. It is sized to the 500 milliamp hour one. Okay. Place those inside there, coil the wires towards one of the port openings there. It has a little additional slit for the wires to pass through. Right. We'll slide the CPP, the Circuit Playground Bluefruit, right on top of that. Make sure that the JST is positioned where the port for the LiPo battery is. Okay. We will thread that wire through on the lid and then just use the M3s to connect everything together. We're using foam tape to attach it to the lid on the bottom of the Ghost.
There it is.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The foam tape should be strong enough to hold a nice sized bag of candy. I didn't weigh it. I don't know how much it is, but according to what the drone claw was able to lift on the previous project, I forget what it was like 2 pounds or something like that.
A few grams,
so unless you are feeling super generous with your candy offerings, you should be able to weigh like the king size candy bars over to the trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect the motor, the ghost flying. It seemed to go the same
Pretty
speed.
powerful motor.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Nice, simple, little, easy build. You can modify this to have like a quarter 20 installed on there, attach it to like a tree or something else where you could like have more like spooky things drop by as trick-or-treaters are coming by.
Yeah, more sensor input. PIR, proximity sensing.
Even audio.
Yeah, audio to trigger it with a clap. That actually has that built into it. The ghost itself has sounds. It doesn't have any lights, but you could always maybe do some light too. That'd be neat to kind of shine the light. Yeah, we're covering up the neopixels. How would we do that?
Yeah, attach more neopixels.
We'd have to attach more neopixels, like a ring around just the bottom. Then we might as well make the hell freaking ghost. We'll do that next year,
links to the parts and of course the all the guide or the library, the 3D parts,
Yeah.
the fritzing, and you can all get that.
Sorry about the rollovers here. It looks like Safari doesn't like the rollovers. Like it's supposed to switch this image. It's not working. It's probably because I have the autoplay stuff turned off. That's why none of the GIFs are playing too. So there you go. That's one last thing to
That's pretty much it. This year's Halloween project. Hopefully it's more useful next year when there's more action going on.
Right.
So definitely a nice one to put up. A lot of the comments were like, I wish you did this last week. Well, we don't have a time machine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it happened last minute. We didn't really plan on it, but hey, you can still put together a project, write documentation on it, and get it right before, I don't know, a couple days from now.
Yeah, so definitely a good one for doing remote control stuff. Beyond the claw, you can have a lot of the Kickstarters that we've seen where it was just a simple little push thing where it would turn, like, say, air conditioner into an IoT, and all you have to do, it's literally just pushing a button forward or locking a door. So you can definitely reuse this in ways beyond a claw, where it's just a servo.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
All right. So we are ready to move on to what are we prototyping? I guess I'll start with the air sensor real quick.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So we just got a bunch of these back in stock.
Yeah, let me jump real quick over.
PSM A0031.
Yeah, so Brent's been working on this project. He released this last week. It's an air quality sensor monitor. It uses Adafruit I/O, so you can track the quality of the air wherever you might be, outside, inside. It also uses the pressure, humidity, temperature sensor, the BME280. So that one will again, temperature and humidity. And then the air quality sensor, this is is able to detect PM 2.5 particles. It's this air quality sensor, the PMS5003. We're currently out of stock, but we're working on getting more in stock because just they're flying off the shelves with the crises that are happening. But we got a CircuitPython library for it. This has been up since last week, so folks can already build this. It uses a feather and the air lift, so you can have the ESP32 as your coprocessor to do the Wi-Fi stuff, and then you got your air sensor. So really, really cool project from Brent. It uses a injection molded weatherproof enclosure with some cable glands, a double feather wing doubler to get those two feathers. So cool. So my task is to 3D print a case, design one that is both weatherproof and houses all the things. So I'm working on that. I have a little case here, a prototype. I wanted to make a circular type of case. So this is it. The feather wing doubler is mounted up here that allows me to pop off these things. I got a little USB extension there, so that comes out. I'm trying to 3D print my own cable glands in NinjaFlex, so that seems to be working okay. The bottom here is that houses the sensor, so I needed to make modular bottoms where I could swap out. So this is the PMS5003, and this is the PMSA003i. This is Adafruit's latest air quality sensor Breakout for that model here. So it's a lot smaller build. I have this little 3D printed bracket that really secures that in place. But the cool thing about this is it has stemma. There's a little plug and play stemma, so there's no need to solder it. You just plug this in into your feather doubler. And here's the little holes in the bottom here for the little fan and the little particles intake there. and then these two mounting holes here. So you can see this version here is much bigger fan, bigger thing, but it all still fits inside here. We'll be able to have a battery in here as well. And then this is the BME280 pressure, temperature, something monitor. And they both have the spots for it. So you'll be able to swap out this piece here. This is a little tripod adapter because I plan to I mean, tripod adapters are very universal, so it's a great way to make a mounting. But this will be a modular thing, so you can take this whole piece out and then put something else, like maybe a magnet or some other type of bracket to mount it on the side of your house or building. But yeah, the other things I want to do is make it into a fun design, of course. So the idea I'm tossing around is like make it look like a windmill or some sort of silo from like a farm. Something that looks nice and aesthetically pleasing on the side of your building. So hopefully birds don't mistake it for a birdhouse, but there won't be any openings. And yeah, weatherproofing, so that'll be a challenge. The top here, there'll be a screw-on top cover, and that'll hide this right here. It'll stop any access from there, but you know, you'll have this USB extension here, so you can apply power to it. So that's what I'm working on. That's the next week's project, most likely, definitely next week. There you go.
Because we can't get enough of the air sensing. We got a little mini one featuring the cutie pie here and all its stemma goodness.
Here, you hold that.
We have the 1.3 OLED stemified screen here along with the BME 680. John Park did a product pick of the week featuring this little guy.
Yep.
And we thought we would temple this using all of the parts we built for all of the stemma Lego parts, as well as the little cutie pie Lego parts, along with the lipo little holder for this.
Cool. Tell us what the parts are real quick. So this is the BME 680. It's different. It can do, what else can it do? Temperature and gas.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Temperature and gas.
You can read all the things that are there.
Right.
It's the air quality and temperature, pressure, humidity, VOCs, what is it, voltaic, organic compounds, and CO2 equivalents. You can see here all of the readings for that.
So stemma ports on here. So that's how you got this connected. It's daisy chained into our little OLED display. This is our favorite stemma OLED display right now. So that's really cool. All of this is done in CircuitPython, or is it CircuitPython or is it Arduino?
I believe so. Lamar had a UF2 for this.
We have code for both Arduino and CircuitPython most likely. So all this is being daisy chained with the stemma port. So this really shows you how you don't need to solder stuff. But we did solder something. So how do you get a battery? How do you use Adafruit's 3.7 volt batteries with the cutie pie? Can you do that? You sure can. So this is a little USB-C breakout that gives you 5 volts. So it'll take the 3.5 volts from this battery, right? And it'll give us a clean 5 volt here so that we can power our little cutie pie. This is a really, really small little breakout. And how did we find out about it? Huge shout out to Deborah, who goes by Maker Mom. And I'm just trying to pull up the Learn Guide here because I have so many links. I'll find it one day. Her latest Learn Guide is a color mixing QT pie cuff bracelet. And the way she made the battery work is she made a USB-C clasp. So one end has the USB connector, the other end has the female USB connector from the cutie pie, and you plug them together. So she cut the battery, soldered the battery wires directly into the power and ground into the little breakout here, and then just hot glued it to insulate that. But that gives you a really, really easy way to plug in a battery to your cutie pie. I think it's kosher. It's on the Learn Guide, so I'm going to say it's probably kosher. I didn't think it was, but hey, here it is. So what we did differently, instead of directly soldering the battery wires to the power and ground rails on that little breakout, we soldered it to this little 2-pin JST extension cable so that we can still disconnect your battery. If you want a bigger battery, it's easy to do so, just disconnect it. But if you're doing an embedded project where every little millimeter matters, then you do want to solder it directly. But this is a cool way to do it. So Deborah has linked to the Amazon page. There you can get like a pack of, what is this, 5 for like $6, and USB-C connector right on there. Pretty decent soldering pads on the other side. and it has all the resistors on there for doing the power.
Super handy.
This is a really great way to get our demos now. Now we don't need like this chunky USB-C battery. We can just have our little battery pocket here in the back here. And again, this is why Pedro made the Lego thing, so we can do little demos like this, and we don't have to worry about all the wires and trying to.
I was actually trying to do
it.
that.
You were, and I saw you doing that. And I was like, Pedro, wouldn't it be great if you had these like Lego bits that you could 3D print and like snap them together? And he was like, yeah, okay, and then he walked away. So yeah, check this out. Is this John Park? Did we just steal John Park's project, or what?
No, it's a temple. So
okay.
This is all related. Check out John Park's pick of the week. Get more info on that. He has some awesome demo code as well. Check out the previous projects on getting all the 3D printed parts if you want to Legofy. If you don't want to add these to a breadboard, because once you can just plug thing is, it doesn't make that much sense anymore soldering in all those headers.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
And check out the previous projects on that. We have all of the Fusion 360 files, so every single size of the Stemma boards. There's a ton of them. You can get all those, you can modify them. It's all parametric. You can as well as the component parts. You want to model that into your own case.
And you can check out the new Learn guides. Like 5 of them came up this morning. I was like, whoa, where did these all come from? Excellent. Oh, and super cool 3D printed Frankie from Liz.
Yeah.
We actually have a little thing on that. We'll get to that. But for now, I was going to say search for the Stemma Lego. Is that right? Stemma Lego?
If you go over to the
I just crashed the...
There's so many.
I just...
Like I was saying, we have every single size of all these, so definitely check them out. Not just the stemmas, but also like the feathers, and we have the battery holders. We have like switches. If you want to add like a switch on there, you want to Legofy everything. We have done all the work for you there.
Cutie pies are back in stock. Anne just put them back in stock. Thank you, Anne. She ran all the way from Florida to New York and put them in stock. That's awesome. No, but thank you. I wasn't sure if they were in stock or not. So pick these up. We need to get some. Max per customer is 5, so
hey,
get 5.
To be 2.
Yeah, we need to get some, and some of the SPI flash chips too.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll start selling it with it already on by the time.
Yeah, the Hackexpress version would be great. But hey, Cutie Pie, sweet, great little demo, Pedro. Thanks for making those Lego things. And you can y'all can check out the Lego parts too on the Learn system. I've already lost the link because I got too many tabs.
All right, more stuff that we're prototyping, moving right along.
Which one do you want to do next? You want to do the iPhone?
Cases. Yeah, the new iPhones got released, and
this is what we are playing with. This is the MagSafe wireless charger pad for the new iPhone 12 and whatever other iPhones that it works with. I think it works with like the iPhone SE 2nd gen, like that's the lowest.
Our little
G charger?
Yeah, the CPX.
Let's focus and do...
Okay, so of course we made a bunch of holders for the little Qi charger. So I made this really cool one that you can attach to a tripod.
Yeah.
Went the more traditional route and had a little desktop one. So you can... this is actually an update to the Qi charger that we stock in the Adafruit shop. So it's updating the mount for that. Have the press fit little part here so that can go right in there. And it all works, yay. Pretty cool. In addition to that, of course, we had to design a case as well. So we have a nice little case for the 12 Pro. And of course, because we have the magnetic iron on there, we wanted to make sure that that works as well. So we
magnetic iron PLA, folks.
Yeah, so we did
2012.
We did stock
like,
this in the shop. I think we have like 1 roll left. So you guys want to pick some of this up. Okay. You can finally use it with magnets. That a bunch of magnet projects that we've done. I always love that. So it's really cool to have a phone that has that included in there. So you can download these as well. And I think the cool one is this temperature filament changing one.
Yeah.
So when it gets hot, you can see like this cool...
hands are always cold.
Yeah. Display.
It looks great when you charge it, and then that heat tends to generate a little bit of heat. But
So we'll upload all these if you want to make your own. A little cheat charger. Looks like a lot of people making like the car ones.
Right.
Like might have to do some updates to the Ninja Flex pad ones that are on the dashboard.
yeah, I'm a huge fan of tripod adapters. Huge shout out to Bill Binko too, as that tends to be one of the most universal ways to kind of create mounting systems. So this is a little two-piece setup here. And I got our, we use a tripod adapter so much that we stock these little inserts. These are 3/8 outside, and the inside is a 1/4-20. That 1/4-20 insert is what you're going to find on just about every single tripod. It's a 1/4-20 size thread. So this snaps here, or this screws into this little Manfrotto tripod. It has a ball socket built into it, so you got like a little pistol grip kind of deal here. So the idea here is the pad just press fits in there, and then you got your iPhone that has a nice secure connection there. So if you want to just have something to stand up there, or if you want to let's say have this doing a time lapse. Hey, look, we're live. We could do a time lapse, have this plugged into your wall or whatever, and then you can have your stable shot there for doing a time lapse. We've done things where you adapt the lens here for a telescope. Maybe we could do a microscope, but this magnet here, like the ability to have this secured there too, is pretty nice. And I wouldn't go around there like filming like this because it might fall out, but we'll do some more testing and things. But I think more camera stuff would be pretty cool, like sort of a stabilized gimbal type thing, or whatever tripod thing you already have, you can probably adapt this to there because it's already there. I'm thinking this would work great on my Magic Arm. So like this camera right here, this is on a Magic Arm. If I had my iPhone there, then I could do some really nice over-the-head shots. So I think this would be a great little way to get more out of the MagSafe. Has it said enough? I need to work on those tolerances.
Getting how are you looking at Anne's post here on the Discord? Some gummy bear Lego.
Did you see any of the YouTubers do this? Did anybody try it? Okay. Good thing I have AppleCare. Yeah, I mean, you need to test that. I mean, come on. That you kind of need to test that, but hey, they're apparently it's better glass, better everything, right? For
yeah,
dropping.
I never really reviewers, but yeah, definitely like the phones. The pictures
I don't
come out a
know.
lot
I'll
more
break
better.
my phone for y'all.
It feels a
See it.
lot lighter and definitely bigger than the 11, so I like it. I like it especially when it opens the door to all this DIY type stuff that we like
for
doing.
sure, yeah. Oh, look, the little piece snapped off of it too, so that's cool. But I like your thing here if you just want to have it in portrait mode. That works really well. So one last thing, we don't have the files out yet. We're working on it. We literally printed them last night. If you're designing stuff for iOS stuff, like I haven't logged into Apple's dev portal, but developer.apple.com, create an account. It's free to do so. And then you can have access to their drawings. So you can see that's how their magnet array is. And then they have some dimensions, some polarity stuff. This is for folks that are designing injection mold stuff. But this is all free public stuff that you can download. And then all the way at the bottom is like the reference drawings for the iPads, iPhones, and even the wireless
T-charger.
No, they don't actually have the T-charger. They don't. The last thing they added was the Pro wireless charging case thing here for your Apple speakers, your Apple, whatever. They have nice tech drawings. How about that? That's all I can say. So yeah, we'll release these as we get time.
Oh, just a good reminder to designers out there, or
yeah, if you're new to it, like I didn't know about that for a while when I was just getting started. I didn't know Apple gave out their tech drawings, so that's cool. All right, we got a couple other things real quick. I wanted to talk about Liz's project. So this is a little 3D printed Frankie. So Liz designed and 3D printed a really nice Halloween prop. This is supposed to be like a Frankenstein's monster, but it has NeoPixels inside of it with some cap touch bolts on the sides here. So I 3D printed it in Ninja Flex, scaled it down to about 10%, and yeah, it's Ninja Flex. So it's all floppy and squishy.
So you can add a little costume to your
USB battery. Yeah, so that was cute. Check out the project, really fun. Also, the video went out too this morning, so check it out. It uses the Cutie Pie, some side lit NeoPixel strips, and some cap touch tape to do the cap touch sensing. And it's all in CircuitPython as well. Super fun.
Yeah, what's surprising about this is that it is excellent in terms of printing without any supports, even in 85A Ninja Flex. So
a testament to good design there.
Yeah.
Shout out, Liz.
Really good. Nice little bumper for your lipstick battery. Super cool.
Excellent. All right. Look at the back here. I think that's it. You ready for Community Makes?
Yeah, let's step into this week's Community Makes.
All right, this
Last
week.
one for Halloween is going to be this Batman cowl, which I had no idea what a cowl was until somebody uploaded this. It was an excellent little design.
Look at the eyes. Supports. He's crying supports. That's excellent.
So there was no scaling required for this. It fits my head. This is by Jack Tim. He has a nice little video on the construction of this. He actually used like fabric on the inside to like complete the Batman look. But put this thing on.
Bat Dad.
Yay. Especially with my fro in the back there. And you can wear glasses. So excellent little print here.
Yeah, this is cool. I'll put it on too.
Overhead there.
You can put it on as well. Yeah, your ears might need to press fit in a little bit.
Yeah. But last minute Halloween costume if you start printing right now, because it does take like about a day or two to print. You are going to need supports on there. I did do the trick of sinking it into the bed because the bottom here does have like some curviness. So I just sunk it down to the bed about like a millimeter, so it would be completely flat. Wouldn't need any supports all on the bottom there.
Okay.
Only on the back and in the eyes. So he cries the supports there. And the only other trick was like completely lowering the width extrusion on the support material down to 0.2, just so it's super easy to remove.
Does it fit? Yeah, it fits. Cool. Yeah, your run-of-the-mill black PLA?
Run-of-the-mill black PLA.
Okay. It's on Thingiverse. Here's the page.
And here's what I was talking about with the adding it to like a hoodie. And he has a nice video on that, and he did a ton of sanding to get it down to that look there.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's really good.
Super nice. It's not glossy. It's got that matte look. So check out the video.
There is a bottom part that is part of the cowl, but I just didn't.
This one, huh? Yeah, I see.
It like goes over your chin.
Right. Excellent. Well, thank you for posting that up. Okay, then. That's the Thingiverse user. We called him Tim Jack or something. Jack Tim. Thanks, Jack Tim.
Excellent model, and he shows his modeling process as well. So check
out
the video.
Sweet. All right, we have some other things. Real quick, we'll run through them. This is a make. This was a really fun make. This is a remix of our MIDI controller that we made. We called it an instrument. That was using a Adafruit Metro and the Trellis board to make a USB MIDI controller. So guess what? Look at the title, Adobe Lightroom controller. Nice. So this takes that whole music thing and makes it into a control surface for photography. So he reworked it, and here's a photo of it with the Leonardo, I believe. Wow. Did some code adjustments, and there's this app I'm not aware of. It's called Midi to LR, Midi to Lightroom. It's an add-on app that lets you customize your MIDI controller to work with Lightroom. So if you're huge into photography and Lightroom is your what'd you call it? Your app of choice or whatever, your arsenal,
editing,
your bread and butter,
app of choice.
Right? Yeah. Then this could be totally useful for it. This is a Hackster.io build. So wiring diagram, code, and all that. This is a proper like remix. Excellent, documented and everything. And there's some shout outs to us at the end there, so that's really cool to see. So it was a really nice make. I actually have these buttons. These are really nice little buttons there on the side.
Those are
there.
rockers, huh?
Those are like the little chunky mini buttons. All right, we got another one here. This is a nice gun blade from Final Fantasy. Pedro, you designed this in Maya a couple years ago, and we're still getting folks that are making it. So this looks like it was sanded down and painted a little bit. Not much detail into it, but thank you for uploading it. Lee Cutter join. So that's a really cool make. We got another one. This is the Raspberry Pi HQ camera case. Not too long ago, the Raspberry Pi HQ camera came out. I designed a case for it. The snap fits, and here it is with this lens here. Matador33 uploaded this make of our case, printed on a Creality Ender Pro thing. Very cool. You got one more here. Actually, that's it. I just wanted to give a shout out to Cults 3D. If you're looking for some really fun, cool, curated models, definitely check out. They got a nice assortment of Halloween stuff going on.
Yeah, some really cool ones that I can get to just because there's just so many models that were uploaded
for sure. Yeah,
last minute for Halloween.
This is a cool social disting one. It kind of reminds me of the Ghost, but it's manual, I think, cranked or something. Yeah, but you could totally do a servo there, you know?
Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention about the claw is that I've seen some people doing it with like a fishing pole. So that's how they're actually having
reeling
it
in.
Yeah, reel it in
that's
back
cool.
And forth.
That's a really cool idea.
Or you could just do it by hand, like have pulleys on each side and just have those go over there.
A lot of movement with all the gifts, but there's the Flexi Factory's pumping out a bunch of these.
I was actually going to do the
ones.
little spider one there.
Yeah, you printed it too.
It is printed.
Was it free?
It was easier to do the cowl.
Right. Yeah. Lots of cool stuff though. So check them out. They're doing really good.
Since we consider Halloween being over now,
right?
It's definitely gonna work as a Christmas present. So start thinking of next holiday.
For sure. All right. So check them out. Cults3D.com. All right.
That is this week's Community Makes.
Yes. Thank you for posting all the makes. Really appreciate it.
You guys can tag us or put it in as Thingiverse as a remix. We'll see those there, or at us on the Discord. We'll check those out.
Okay, we still got some time, so I guess we could do a quick shop talk. I finally ran out of solder. I have a little solder dispenser. It's in the shape of Adabot. It has a print-in-place crank, like a handle, so you can reel in your solder. But it took me like a year to use up all my solder, and so whether it's solder or solder, both is fine. But I figured
a little gauge though to figure out how long it actually lasts. A full spool of solder doing project every single week.
Right, and I updated it not too long ago to fit those green spools that Adafruit now stocks. Before they were white spools, but now they're green spools, and I needed to rework the inside. But there you go, it's working. Very fun, little cute. One of the many joys of just like one of my favorite things. There you go. With the weather air quality sensor project, I needed to create some heat set inserts. So I brought out my heat set insert. I haven't used this since our move in April, or new house, and it survived. It somehow survived the garage and the scorching heat in the garage. That's where I left it. I just had to tighten up some screws. So if you are ever doing heat set inserts for your parts to make really mechanically structured parts, you can use a soldering iron, a piece of 2020, and some 3D printed parts and some screws to make a little rig that makes inserting heat sets way easier, much more smooth and accurate. Yeah, shout out to Bill Binko for collaborating on this project and the design of it. He influenced it pretty heavily. And we do stock heat set inserts and also the heat insert tool that can fit over your Hako style soldering irons. There's a learn guide as well if folks want to build it. A lot of folks have built it, so thank you for building it. And I hope it continues to make folks' projects easier. The end. Thank you for coming to my Tech Talk.
Posting all the past
pages rocking it there with all the links. Thank you, sir. Thank y'all.
You guys can check out all of the awesome builds on all these projects.
Okay, we're doing pretty good on time. A little rough start, but that's how live streams go. Let's kick it off with the show times throughout the week. It starts with Lady Ada. From the desk of Lady Ada, she's got two kind of things going on, what she's working on, plus the great search from DigiKey. So you can check that out every Sunday at around 8, 9, or 10 p.m. Eastern Time. On Tuesdays, yesterday, JP has a product pick of the week. It happens every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time or 1 p.m. party time. I mean specific time. Specifically.
You want to tune in live there because whatever product he's talking about, it's going to be like a nice big discount only during the show. So you want to make sure that you show up live.
A juicy discount.
Automatically discounted. There's no coupon codes. It just applied on there for, I think, the half hour that it's on.
They're
the
juicy.
3 minutes.
Juice.
Check that out.
I just
every
put us in
single
the
week.
arrow. Like, over here. And over question mark.
So check it out every single week on JP's Pick of the Week.
All right. We do this show on Wednesdays in the morning. We struggle every morning with the mic.
Wirecast. Why?
I really need to like take the week off and just update on the stuff. We'll get there, folks. Maybe we'll do it. Anyway, later tonight we invite you to come in to share your projects, show and tell. We do this every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You join in by hitting up the live broadcast channel in our Discord server, and PT, Mr. Lady Ada himself, he publishes the link to StreamYard. Y'all can click on that. We have a 10 slot, and folks come and go as they do that. So we are letting folks come in. It's about 30 minutes. It runs for 30 minutes, so folks can take 3 minutes or so to share the projects. But all is fair game, retro tech, work in progress, arts and crafts.
Your makerspace.
Yeah,
Always,
I like seeing makerspaces.
Welcome to see tours of your work area, so definitely stop by to show that off.
Great point. And then after that, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, is Ask an Engineer with Lamar and Phil. Full hour and plus of hardware, hardware news, lots of things. It's top secret, new products, videos from the mind of PT. That's a great segment.
Musings.
Yeah. And then John Park has another show every Thursday at 4 p.m. That's tomorrow. Check him out so you can see what he's working on.
We forgot to mention there is going to be no
Oh,
Ask an Engineer
crap.
this week.
Sorry, it's the unboxing. It's the
Ada.
Ada.
Devo already knows too.
Thanks, Devo. You're right.
Yes,
this
and
week
is
is
posting.
the
This week
unboxing.
is AdaBox 16 unboxing live. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
I think we'll do like the new products and all that after the show, but those will be posted later on YouTube, Instagram, all the socials. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, check out the unboxing coming up later tonight, 8 p.m.
That's right. And then more John Park on Thursdays. And then on Fridays is Deep Dives with Scott, so you can check Scott out. He's working on ESP S2 plus more stuff.
Awesomeness.
Daily stuff, low power stuff, questions, answers. He's got lots of them.
Always in the live broadcast chat room too, all through Discord. So always happy to answer any questions you're having.
Sweet, we made it. Thank you folks so much for joining us. We hope to see you tonight. But until then, make a great day.
That's right. See you later tonight, folks.
Bye, folks.